basically, when they have polio. So that's what we do. Yes?
Janice, I meant to ask Mary Jo, I don't know if you mentioned it, but after 3 years, the country comes off, is that correct?
Yeah, to be certified, you have to be polio-free they keep immunizing for 3 years, and they have to be polio-free for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
To be certified.
Okay.
Yeah, so once the last polio case occurs, they still have to keep immunizing.
So like Nigeria has been 2 years, so after the 3rd year, then they
well, Nigeria hasn't been really 2 years yet. There's no cases this year and last year, but they still got a year and a half to go before.
Okay.
Yeah, or whatever, yeah.
Right, thank you.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I went around and put a handout on your table. Did everyone get one? It's making your life easier, telling your Rotary story. Because this PowerPoint makes no sense unless you have this handout. So, I want to make sure you have it. No. Okay. Now, if you remember, in my goals for this coming year, one of the things that I said was I wanted our clubs to be posting and using the People in Action campaign. And during pre-pets, we went through a PowerPoint on how you set up a People in Action campaign. Because I can stand up here and say, please do it, but if you do not have a clue how to do it, it's not going to happen. And I realize that because there may be a few of you who go out there and dig in and try to figure it out. But for most of us, because if I was sitting in your place, I would say, okay? So that's why I spent so much time on People in Action during pre-pets. Another thing that I have as a goal is that you're going to use multi-social media in telling your Rotary story. Okay, of the clubs represented here, how many of you have a Facebook page? Okay, how many of you have Instagram? How many of you have Twitter? Okay. Now, do you post on Facebook, and then you post on Instagram, and then you post on Twitter? Well, get your Facebook page, get your Instagram, get your Twitter, make one post, and it goes to all three. That's what we're talking about this morning. Make it easier on you. And I spent time with the social media instructor at the junior college in Mount Carmel. Kyle was very kind to me and explained and explained and explained to me with me saying, I gotta write it down, I gotta write it down. So, I'm here to try to get you started on this road. We have a lot of tech people in Rotary that can help you in your club and in your areas as we make this journey. So we ask, oh, I was going to do this, wasn't I? Okay, thank you. Oops, went through my, there we go. So we like, why? Why go to this effort? Well, one thing, you reach more people. In talking to Kyle at the junior college, because he manages their social media, what they find out is parents and grandparents are all over Facebook. You know, they share, so-and-so got this award, so-and-so did this, they were in this event, and oh, they're all over. But Instagram. Well, so what are we trying to do with Rotary? We're trying to build membership. And to do membership, we got to get our story out there to all ages in every way that we can.
Something happened.
Something happened. It went down. I'll try to remember to keep it up.
I think the battery went off.
Tech battery committee.
I hate that.
Okay, we'll go with this one then. Technical. Now, so we want to reach people of all ages, and one of our goals is diversity. And diversity means to reflect the population in our communities, and that means we're after younger people. You know, however we look in our clubs, we want our clubs to look like our community. And we want to grow our club. And as you tell your Rotary story, you get people interested. So that's why we're going forward with trying to use the multi-social media, because that's the way people are communicating today. Now, we need to get ready. So there's a few things I learned in my process. One, on Instagram and Twitter, they're basically for handheld devices, tablets and cell phones. You may be able to use Windows 10 on these computers that uses apps now. I didn't go into that. I did most everything off of my iPad. For this, it looks a little different on a cell phone, but you'll have enough information to figure it out, even on your cell phone. It helps if you already have some pictures that you're willing to put up there as you start your first post, to see that it works, to see where it's going. So make sure that as you start setting up your accounts on whichever device it is, that you've got some pictures. They can be very generic pictures, you know, just I love Rotary, or you know, just take something off of the Rotary Facebook page or the district's Facebook page. And you want to set up an email account for your club. It went again?
Email or Gmail?
You want to do an email account, but you want it on Gmail, not Yahoo. And I think this thing went off. So I'm going to try to talk very loudly, and hopefully we'll get the microphones working. Why Gmail? Our club set up a Yahoo account, and Yahoo told us, sent back and said, you're not a real person, this and that, and therefore our Facebook couldn't work, and we had a lot of problems. And so, again, my expert that I went to told me to set up a Gmail account, because that's what he had done, and he had no problems with that issue. That's why Gmail. That doesn't mean that you necessarily have to use it. You can if you want to. If you want to make somebody accountable for it, that's fine. Now, a lot of you already put up your hand that you had Facebook. Okay, but there's a few of you that said maybe not, so I'll go very quickly. If you have a Facebook, a personal Facebook account, then you can go, let's see, this has got a pointer on it somewhere.
It's pointing.
Huh?
It's pointing.
You can tell, I am not the most tech person in the world. you go over here to pull down, and you go to create and manage pages, and you just hit create. That one went out also. So you go down here and you just say create manage, so hit create. And then it'll come down and you go through community organization. This should all be on your sheets. And you're going to choose your category. And then you'll hit get started. And you've got it going. Now, you put in administrators on your Facebook page. Here was my question. I set up the Facebook page for my Rotary Club. Then I move away. Well, what happens to the Facebook page because it's off of my account? Well, yes and no. Make sure you have multiple administrators on your Facebook page. Any administrator can add or take off administrators. Just don't get in a fight with your other administrators. That way, that page does not go away. Your Rotary page doesn't go away. It can stay with the club. But always make sure you have multiple administrators on that. Jill, did you set up our district administrators page? Yes. Okay, Jill set it up. There are other administrators on that page. So it stays with the district even if Jill takes off her personal page. The district page can stay with the district. So, now let's go on to Twitter and Instagram. You just go in and you click on, go to the App Store, you click on the app, Instagram and Twitter. Okay, we're going to start with Instagram. It doesn't matter which way you start, okay? You can start with Twitter, but I started with Instagram. And I didn't go all the way through because I wasn't going to set up a new account, a totally new account, but I think I've got you going far enough that you can do it. You just follow. Oops. Okay. Let me get back to where I want to be. There we go. You got to, you can use your phone number or the email. So you could use your club email because they're going to send you one. I used my cell number because one of these I used my cell number because they sent me a text. But that's all it was. I mean, it was just for communication purposes. And then I created a password. Well, what I did for Mount Carmel's club was I used the same password that we used on our Facebook page. Helps with confusion. Particularly when you're dealing with people like me. So, you create, you know, if you want to, you can do whatever you want to. I just say keep it simple. Then, let me see where I'm at here. Okay. I had an Instagram account. I already had set up a personal Instagram account trying to figure out how to do all this. Because I figured I wasn't going to mess my club up. I'd mess my own page up. So if you're in Instagram, there. If you already have an Instagram account, I'll get this right eventually. Up here, you hit that little button, and then it pulls down what your accounts that you are administrators to. And you can add an account. So like our incoming president is an administrator on our Facebook page. And she can take and go to her Instagram and add an account, because she has all the information about the Rotary account of Mount Carmel, and she can add that account to hers, Instagram, and then she can switch back and forth if she wants to be posting. Whoever has that information on password and login and all that can do that. Then, this little button here is your setting button. And it's going to give you options. And you're going to scroll down on those options until you get to here, where it says switch to business profile. And you can switch back to personal profile. But that's what you want to do with your Rotary Club, is switch it to, it's a business profile. And then once you have that done, you go up in options, you're still in options, and you're going to look for that one that says link accounts. It was an education when I clicked on that, because I have no clue what all that means. But I was only interested in Facebook and in Twitter. And here I already had the Twitter account set up for Mount Carmel Rotary Club. And so when I post now on Instagram for Mount Carmel Rotary Club, it goes to Twitter and it goes to Facebook. One post, 3 places. Then I go back up here, and again, anytime you want to change, and you can hit this little profile down here, you know, to bring up this page. And so you can switch back and forth between your 2 accounts. Your personal account, you don't have to have a personal account if you don't want one, but like I said, I set my personal account up because I was playing with my own account before I did it for the club. Okay, you got your Instagram set up. All you have to do is follow through them. And you want to make sure that, you know, you just follow their directions. Okay, for Twitter, we have our Twitter account. And this is District 6510. And to write something right here, and to change is right here. Okay, so when you hit up here on that, I'll go back. When you hit up here on this little button, oh, wait a minute, you gotta hit down here. There you go. Then you go up here. It says I have 2 accounts. And my account, but I want to switch over here to Rotary's account, so I hit the 3 little dots. And I can go to create account. So you already have a personal Twitter account. You can add your Rotary Club's account by hitting if you have a personal account, you can create an account, or you can go here and add an existing account, as long as you have your password and your information. It's going to start out, what's your name? The Rotary Club of Mount Carmel. And then there's about 4 pages. I think you go click, 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 next, 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 next. Okay, and then you'll have this one, and these are where you can change back and forth. You hit those little dots, and you got share, And right here, now, oops, I'm back on, see this icon? That means I'm back on Twitter, because it says share, and I've got Facebook and Twitter linked. So I wrote my post. I put a picture in here that I had taken off, and then I linked it, and then it went to both, all three. So now you're ready to go. What?
Okay, you got them all set up, you know, Rotarians know they're there, but how does anybody else know that there's, got pages to look at? You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of them, there's a lot of people who go on and they show up. You can go on and ask your Facebook friends to like your Instagram page or the Twitter page. There's a place for that. You can go on and a lot of what I found, a lot of the Facebook page friends like my page just because, and they were former students, quite a bit younger than myself, who were doing that. You know, people my age are usually just going to go stick with your Facebook. But if you ever notice on Facebook, when it says on the posting, it'll say it's posted from Instagram. And that's what they've done. They've linked their pages. So you post on Instagram, your same post will show up on all your accounts, and you've reached a lot more people, a variety of people, some people who don't even have a Facebook page. You're still reaching out to them. One of the things that I found, high school kids will have a Facebook page if they're advertising products. But if you just ask a high school students, you know, what do they use? They're going to say Instagram or Twitter probably to you. And it's just like Kyle said with the college students. They use the Instagram. So, you know. Then, I had one more thought. And this isn't on your page. Because this came afterwards. They were printed. But something that I think would be very helpful to us. Hashtags. That number thing. I'm learning. The young people laugh, that's fine. Yeah. If you put on there, if you put like hashtag Rotary 6510, if you type in hashtag Rotary 6510, all the things that come up that has that as a hashtag will come up and you can find things. And that's the way people are doing that today. You'll see these posts that says hashtag this, hashtag, you know, you may have 6 hashtags. Develop a hashtag for your club. When you post, whether it's just Instagram or whether it's on Facebook or whatever, put that hashtag on, because anytime someone is searching for you, they're going, you know, they can use that hashtag and see a whole lot about you, about your club. And it doesn't matter if you put it on your page, or if you have club members putting on hashtag for your Rotary Club, you can find them. They all link together. Everything goes. So it's really, you know, to work at understanding the hashtag, you know, look for your younger members to do that. Now I know some of you are, some are smiling over here, and that's fine. Some of you got it. There's a lot of us that don't. So I wanted to present it because I'm coming from the perspective of, I didn't know anything. I went out there and I sat down and said, this is the way you got to do it. 1, 2, 3, and get through it and walk through it. Because I really wanted to go. Yes?
I don't know if you know the answer to this. Okay, so when you were setting it up, you had your profile and the business profile. And there was the invite friends option, like your Facebook friends.
Yes.
Yes, I think you can. I didn't ask Kyle that question, but I think so. So, yes,
I don't understand what you do with hashtag, where do you put it?
at the end of your post.
Oh, on a post, oh.
No space.
Hashtag last.
No space after.
Yeah, no space afterwards. Just, well, the reason I put the space after the one and the hashtag, because that was the name of it. But like hashtag Rotary 6510, and you know, when we post on Facebook, we should do that, Rotary 6510. Think about what you want to do. And even when you post on your Facebook page, if it's something really neat, put hashtag Rotary. I'm going to use my club, Mount Carmel. Hashtag Rotary 6510. Then if someone looks up Rotary 6510, your club's going to come up.
I'm gonna click you one more, Janice, because you got it right there.
Okay. Thank you. I forget my clicks. So I hope I haven't totally confused you. We have Ken Cooley, who is here to help straighten out any confusion that I have made today. And Jill Petrosinski is another wonderful resource. And I'm sure in your own club you have wonderful resources that understand, you know, and in your communities. So please, next year, remember, people in action campaigns, get your pictures in there and get it on your Facebook. And let's see if we can branch out off of Facebook to Instagram and Twitter. And I have to tell you, I don't really understand them all that well, but I'm working on it because I never asked you all to do something that I won't do myself. I told you we'd be early. We are early.
Thank you for setting up my pages.
Okay. Now, one of the things is, one thing about running early, if somebody runs over, we're okay. So, after this, do you have any questions? Okay, David.
I wonder how many of the clubs have Facebook accounts in this room?
Raise your hands and we'll count.
That post, because that's the important.
At post.
Yeah.
At post.
Yeah, I mean, because when some.
Facebook page and you use it. It's active. Okay? Yes. Okay, Mary Jo?
I just wondered, I thought Instagram was just pictures, but
You can post.
write things? Yeah.
You can. I found that out. Captions. You don't, and Twitter is the one that has a limited number. Right. Right. Yes.
Did you know you can schedule posts up to 6 months in advance?
Okay. Or made a good point. Yes, I do know, but I didn't put it up here, but that's good. You can schedule posts. If you go onto Facebook, and I'm not sure about Instagram, but on Facebook I know you can do this, is you can put a post and there's a scheduling where you can schedule it to go on this date at this time, or this date at this time. I didn't, 6 months in advance, or, but you can schedule if, you know, because one of the things you want to do with all of your accounts is you want to keep them active. And use your accounts, you know, put information about my club meets on at this time. Please come and join us. You know, we've got a great speaker coming in, or whatever you want to put. But use that to advertise your meetings and to bring people into you. And also, when you're doing your projects, you are people in action. You're out in the community working. You know, put those posts on there. We're doing this, you know, we're going to pick up our city on such and such a day at such and such a time. Meet us all at, and join us as we clean up our city, or as we plant trees, or whatever you're doing. Any other tidbits from my people who understand all of this? Yes?
I didn't understand it, and thank you for the hashtag gizmo thingy explanation.
Should also mention the YouTube page that this presentation is on.
Okay. Ken mentioned to me there's a YouTube page. It's Rotary 65.
District 6510 YouTube page.
Do we have district in it?
Yes.
Rotary District 6510 YouTube page. He's taped it live onto YouTube, so this presentation is on, and you can watch it again if you know, if you need to, and follow it. Yes.
If you have an active Facebook page that you keep pictures on, you can save those. Anyone who wants to work on your Instagram, they just can click the three dots, save the picture, and upload a bunch of photos on Instagram so that you have some things on there and it's not so plain.
Thank you. I didn't know that one. So we have a wealth of information in the rooms and in your clubs. You know, go and ask them. And in your communities. Just like I went to the junior college and said, Kyle, help me. Okay, any other bits of wisdom or questions, comments?
One back here. Speaking of YouTube, raise your hand if you've posted videos on YouTube. Not very many. Then I think I'll quit. Because YouTube has, when you upload a video on YouTube, which takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes, there's a little box down here at the bottom that says, would you like to install any tags? And that is related directly to hashtags. In effect, think about this. If anybody went on the internet to search for fill in the blank, what word or phrase might they use to try to do their search? If it's District 6510, that should be a hashtag for you. If it's Lebanon Rotary, that should be a hashtag for you. If it's pancake breakfast, that should be a hashtag for you on that post. Think of hashtags as what would people search for? Because I want me on that list if they search for it.
Yeah, because you can search for both of you right now.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's not limited to YouTube tags. Janice's idea of hashtags here. What are the search words and search phrases that people might find you with? Use them.
Again, we're getting our Rotary story out there. We cannot be that invisible group doing good. We have to be that very visible group doing good to build our membership. This is what it's all about. It's not bragging, it's building membership. Yes, Patty?
One thing that I heard when I was at the district meeting was you can boost. You can pay Facebook a little extra money and boost. Has anybody ever done that and had good response with that?
We do that all the time for events. I'm sorry.
You boost for events. It's very cheap. What, $2 or $3? You can set your budget.
We spent $20 for a boost for a Globe Bingo that ended up. How many people did we have? Oh, they're not even like 150 people showed.
Okay, so we can use that to.
You can set the parameters, the radius, who it's going to show, where it's going to show up, the age.
Yeah.
So you can hit all sorts of demographics. Select that ahead of time.
Yep.
And then
like if you're in that demographic, you'll have it'll show up on your page right at the top as like you'll see sometimes those sponsored events.
Okay.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah. So you've got a major event. That's what you want to be doing. Yes.
We should try and link this. Where's Vince Mitchell? Anyway, between all of our Interact, we have 18 Interact clubs and 3 Rotaract clubs. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to link with them?
Yes.
Because then you're going to get to those young people.
So, you know, we're doing stepping stones, one step at a time. You know, we're not all going to be perfect at the first time. It's just like I told Jill. I'm not good at posting. I will tell you, I have to make myself do it. I told Jill she's got to help me because I'm not real good at this. Okay? But I went on. If you see things on our Rotary District Facebook page, and it says that, Janice Alka published it, it may not be perfect, but I'm out there trying. And that's all I ask for you, is to try it. Take those steps, little steps, one at a time, and that's the way you get better. And we really do want to grow Rotary. Yes?
Yeah, and I'll just say there's going to be an article in the newsletter next month that'll have all of my contact information on it. I'm currently looking for the social butterflies in your club to kind of get our PR committee together so that we can all spread the word of Rotary.
Right. We help each other. I have to tell a little story on my club because I think you're going to relate it to your club. After I set everything up, I put a page. Name of our Rotary Facebook page. The name of our Rotary Instagram. The name of our Twitter account. What the passwords was. I handed it to one person for safekeeping, and I told that person, don't even try to understand this page, file it. Because I know that person's, does emails. Does not text. And we have those people in our club, and that is great. We need them. We don't want to exclude them, but we also want to include all these other people that are real techy, that use all the social media. So we got to reach everybody. Okay. Any other questions, comments? Okay, I have one more thing we're going to do, since we got plenty of time, because I'm way ahead of myself. So I'm going to improvise here just a minute. How many of your clubs use PTEX? You know P-mail? How many of you use PTEX? Yeah, it's in DACDB. How many of you text? Raise your hand if you, on your cell phone, you text. Okay. Raise your hand. If you're getting make sure you come, or this event has been canceled, or the time has been changed, how do you want it? Raise your hand if you want that in a text message first. You have two choices, text message or email. How many of you want it in a text message? How many of you want that in the email? Okay. Just like you send out, your club on DACDB can send out P-mail. David's going to talk about that this afternoon. You can also send out P-text, which means those people who have filled in the correct information will receive that in a text message. And everyone that doesn't receive it in a text message will receive it in an email.
I'll talk about how to set up your personal data so you can use P-text.
But because I've got time, I just thought, well, I'll throw that one out too and muddle things. But you've got to get some information in there to do that. But as I told my presidents-elect up at Effingham, if you really want to get me and get me to answer, you text me. If you email me, I'll get back to you. It may be a while. But if you really want a pretty much instant answer, texting is the way to go. My grandchildren have taught me that. Yes?
Janice, who are the people in this room that would come to a Rotary Club meeting and present a program about how to do this?
I've got Ken, I got Jill, and I don't know your name, I'm sorry. Okay.
If I'm closer than anybody else, I'm happy to do it.
Do you bring your little partner with you? Good. Okay. And it is a delight to see young people with their children with us too. So, any other questions? Okay, we're going to take, I think on the schedule at 10:30 I had a 15-minute break.
10:45.
10:45? Well, we're just moving on here. Well, we're going to take a break anyway. We may extend it for about 20 minutes and let you view our boards over here. And you might want to pick up a t-shirt for a donation. And Jeff, do you have anything before we break? Okay, I'll get you back in about 20 minutes.
Perfect.